Riot haven't just nerfed Baus, they've taken him out at the knees. Celebrated League streamer and Los Ratones savior, thebausffs, is known for having an unconventional playstyle. He wins by, well, running it down. Some say he's a genius, others that he's straight up inting. But by reworking the bounty system, Riot themselves have said, you're done. Before we get into today's video, I just wanted to remind you all that the holidays are right around the corner. And for me, that means a lot of traveling and, of course, a lot of gaming. Thankfully, we've teamed up with Predator Gaming to see if they can help me find a way to do those things together. Winter is the best time to visit friends and family. So whether I'm on a plane, train, or automobile, I spend a lot of time commuting, which means I can't do the other goated holiday pastime, cozying up and playing Counter-Strike. And what'll help me do that is a dream gaming laptop, specifically the Predator Helios Neo 16. It has all that you'd expect from such a beastly rig, a GeForce RTX 4060, 16 gigs of RAM, state-of-the-art cooling, and a stellar keyboard, but also features a built-in 165Hz display, and yes, an i9. The Helios Neo 16's i9 14900HX processor allows it to put out steady frames in CS2 whenever and wherever you're looking to pug, which, let's be honest, is what the holidays are really all about. Now let's get back to today's video. Alright, so if you're somehow unfamiliar with Baus, he is a wildly popular streamer whose so-called inting scion became one of the most effective and controversial innovations in the whole of League. If you want an in-depth look at his story, we made a video about it some time ago, which you should totally check out. Suffice it to say, the inting scion strat in question impinged almost entirely on the bounty system. In League, like in Dota, when you get kills, you rack up a bounty, so that if and when your opponent eventually kills you, you give them an additional chunk of gold. The reason for this is so that they have a rubber band mechanic, a way back into the game if things start going poorly. Sort of like a loss bonus in Counter-Strike. It's an incentive to keep people playing, even if they're losing, and to keep matches as competitive as possible at every stage. It's also an honest mechanic insofar as it evens out. In theory, they're stronger than you because they've killed you so many times that they have more experience, more gold, more items, and so you deserve more for killing them. So what does all of this have to do with Baus? Well, Baus realized way back when that the one thing the bounty system didn't take into account was turret plating and gold. So what he would do is pick Scion, shove the lane, die, reanimate, which covered his death timer in the early levels, shove the lane some more, TP and or ult back to lane, push, proxy, and just beat minions and towers to death over and over and over. All the while, Baus is accumulating gold that's not being reflected in his bounty. But his opponent, who keeps killing Baus over and over again, is racking up a bounty. So when Baus eventually goes in for the solo bolo, he gets a fat 1k gold reward for killing someone he was basically already even with and is now just light years ahead of. All of this has been memely encapsulated by the term Bausen's Law, which states that a turret plate is actually worth as much as a kill, if not more, simply because by not contributing to your bounty, you net more from it in the long run. Now, because of this playstyle, Baus has become something of a divisive figure. Some think he's highly creative and talented, while others think he's just a dirty, filthy feeder who's basically being carried by exploiting a broken system, which he's not. He's really good at League of Legends, has incredible macro, even better micro, and it's just an exuberant and entertaining player whose genius is a joy to behold. Case in point, when Riot started nerfing his Scion strat, he started locking in AP jacks and doing shit like this.
This is a 1v5 pump.
Trist.
Wait,
we win here.
Yeah, with TP.
We gotta kill him, Can we kill him?
Yeah.
Go, TP, bro.
TP later, yeah. TP.
Let's go. We win.
Yeah, it's GG.
No way!
Yeah, this is over.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's not to suggest that his Scion strat wasn't sort of busted beyond belief. It was, and that's why Riot has basically spent the past year nerfing it. A lot. But it wasn't until a couple of weeks ago that Riot really hit Baus with the killing blow. reworking the bounty system.
So kills, obviously, give you gold. Deaths, give gold to the enemy team. Assists, give you gold. Or if you got killed by 2 people, give gold to the enemy team. And farm gives you gold. And based on an amalgamation of these factors, you will have a positive or negative bounty on your head.
Now, at first, it wasn't actually clear that Riot were like target nerfing Baus in particular. And then it sort of became clear.
It means, this might have been obvious, but we'll restate it, that if you solo kill your opponent, your bounty goes up more slowly. It also means that their value goes down more slowly because they only donated 300. This means the solo inting Scion is not going to generate bounties on the target as hard, but also solo inting Scion is going to essentially fall down more slowly than if he was getting multiple ganked.
I do think it's really funny that Riot just target nerfs Baus by just removing the bounty system he was exploiting, and the way he sort of gets his jab back at them is basically just by saying, how were you idiots stupid enough to put this in the game in the first place?
I don't know why the fuck they even had this to begin with, by the way. Who the fuck makes a bounty system that is not based on gold? Only Riot, the type of company to make a bounty system that doesn't involve having gold.
The long and the short of it is that the new bounty system takes into account all forms of farm and doesn't just make bounties impingent upon kill streaks, which, as Baus pointed out, is probably always how it should have been. But here's the thing, it hasn't really affected him negatively. In fact, he's still winning, it's just forced him to stop feeding.
I'll take the tower in your face. And I have red buffs, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you as well. Oh my god!
Turns out that if you're a high-level League of Legends player and the game changes, you adapt accordingly. Who would have thought that a guy who hit Challenger in Korea would continue to be a beast? But the point isn't that Baus is cracked. We know he's cracked. The point is that what started as a meme, Bausen's Law, has literally forced Riot to change the fundamental structure of League. It is not at all ridiculous to suppose that Baus may actually have been target nerfed more than any other player, and that includes professionals. And he's not just showing how a particular champ or item is busted. That's pretty run-of-the-mill. What he's doing is actually exposing cracks in the foundations of League and forcing Riot to revisit them. They, and we as a community, should be thanking Baus, not shaking our heads at him. The guy may be a feeder, but he's also a League savant. He recognized a flaw in the bounty system that basically no one else did and used it to his advantage. And, contrary to popular belief, it wasn't easy to exploit. Executing Bausen's Law properly required immaculate minion manipulation and a near perfect understanding of wave states on top of challenger level mechanics. It is genuinely insane to me that anyone who has an advanced understanding of League of Legends could regard this guy as boosted, carried, or just overrated in any sort of sense. He saw something that no one else did, exploited it to his advantage, and now League is all the better for it. Every time Baus takes up a new meme strat, he changes not only how we think about the game, but how Riot thinks about the game. He's the extremely killable Demon King, a figure whose influence is both significant and deserving of recognition. You may not have liked his playstyle, but it is what peak League of Legends performance looked like.